that you can't have a with prejudice ruling when you have ruled you can't understand the complaint. I mean, obviously, how could you have a with prejudice ruling? It's like saying, I'm saying with prejudice that you can't be incomprehensible again. I mean, that would make no sense. I mean, obviously, if I was to refile my claims, I would articulate them with some other verbiage. But I could say exactly the same thing. I could just say it with different words, and there's no way the court could rule that I violated the with prejudice order, because the with prejudice order says they don't understand the complaint. There's no complaint. There is none. So that's just absolute silly nonsense. I don't think you'll find anywhere a with prejudice ruling on a motion to dismiss on a Rule 12-6 failure to state a claim. I don't think it's possible. So I'd be interested if somebody could find research on that, but it's not really possible to have a with prejudice ruling on a complaint you're stating you don't understand, that you can't find the cause of action. So how can you have a with prejudice decision on a cause of action you're claiming doesn't exist? That doesn't make any sense. So anyway, so that but the bottom line is that she didn't rule on any of the John Does or straight dope. I mean, I put his motion was in my suggested things to take place. She didn't even mention him in the ruling, so obviously I can file tomorrow in California or some other state, and I can and I can file against straight dope, and I can name all the other defendants that have remained unnamed. I can ask for a subpoena and get their names from YouTube. So I mean, it's just going to cost me more money to do it that way. But fortunately, sort of, YouTube apparently wants me to sue them, so I'll be filing anyway against YouTube. So I can just add the John Does again. I can add the Mexican again. I can certainly add an eternally undenying perjurer. I can throw her back in there, because there was no, she's stating that they were never summoned. I didn't summons them, even though I did. Okay, and they broke the law to avoid the summons. She's claiming I didn't serve them, so the with prejudice ruling can't affect them because they were never served. So the only thing that would change is that Joneser would be off the hook. But I'm arguing, obviously, that I certainly could go after Joneser, because the with prejudice ruling doesn't mean anything, because the claim, how could I, like I said, how could I be accused of refiling the same claim when it was determined there was no claim? I mean, that would be just ludicrous. So yeah, game on either way. But obviously we're going to the appeals court if that's, I'm thinking about the motion to reconsider. I'm thinking of just sending a very simple statement to Ms. Harmon, and simply stating to her that I believe she's violated my constitutional rights, and I believe the appeals court will find such, and that she has no rights to do what she's done. She's provided no logical or coherent rationale for what she's done, that she's done it maliciously, and I'm going to ask an appeals court to decide these issues that you and Judge Hittner have proven you don't have the character or judicial temperament or qualifications to handle your jobs, something to that effect. Because she really doesn't deserve the out of me giving her a counter argument, or pleading with her, oh please let me rephrase my complaint so it complies with your needs. Like somehow that would be conceding there was something wrong with my complaint, and there was nothing wrong with it. I know this. These are the kind of things that people are going to say. This is why you're getting into trouble, Gary. Is you're too strict and principled and all that crap. But I mean, damn it, there was nothing wrong with that fucking complaint, and I shouldn't have to alter one fucking word of it. Right? I mean, it states the cause of action. It states, clearly points to the issues that are unresolved, the dispute of fact that the court needs to resolve. And those simple facts are what's the definition of fair use and what constitutes libel and slander, period. Not complicated at all. The complaint clearly points to those undecided issues that are the court's purview, and there's just no doubt about it. And it's just disgusting that this judge would play this game. So, this is way over time, so I guess it's a two-parter. But anyway. So, yeah, that's where things stand. But I'm really disgusted with people who don't have the guts to make the argument. If you're going to say that you believe the complaint is deficient, then why don't you point out how exactly it's deficient? I had no obligation to make a list of, well, look, this is what you said on the 17th, and this is what you said. No, he already conceded to name calling. And now we're just going to get into an argument. That's what has to be decided. Like I said, that's the evidence you provide in the case. You don't sit there and go through the evidence in the complaint. That's just crazy. Courts don't even want you to do that. Like I said, the judges do not want you providing evidence in complaints. But anyway, or arguing, even worse, arguing evidence in complaints. So anyway, this is just, it's really disgusting that there's this whole group of people that just to spite me will sit there and defend this disgusting judicial process. It's disgusting. But I knew most atheists were assholes. So it's no surprise that there's 5,000 assholes who watched Straight Dope's video and thought that was just fine. Yeah, people shouldn't talk bad about judges. No, they should, yeah, judges should really punish them for that. Yeah, because judges can't be expected to be better than baseball umpires. You know, they wouldn't let a baseball umpire get away with what this judge is getting away with. And, but that's just how we live in a sick, dirty, stinking world. And it's sick, dirty, and stinking because people suck. The government only sucks because it's a reflection of the suck that is the people. The sad and pitiful truth. Unfortunately. So anyway, enough of the video. Fuck you.